Yo, what's up, y'all? SuperSmashBroz here.
Welcome to our On the Radar beat breakdown of Shut It Down featuring Fave.
Yes, sir.
Got me cruising my lane. Don't step to my face if you don't like me, for real. Girl, don't be fake, don't apologize. I let you breathe the air around me, so you can spread it.
The Shut It Down beat came about us heading to LA on a plane ride and just creating a new vibe. We got a fire melody from our bro Kofo. And we went through them on the plane.
Subi.
Yep, and Subi, facts. And yeah, we were cooking up on the plane, just couldn't sleep on the red eye. You know, we just started with a decent, tempo of 120. And then obviously, just started adding drums to it, flowing through on the plane ride. And then I was just like, bro, I think we got something. Played it for him, and he's like, oh yeah, just let's keep working on it until we get off the plane. Landed in LA, and
Yeah, and then from there, we went to a show, ended up meeting Fave, and then had a session literally later that night, and then the rest was history. We linked up, and Shut It Down became a thing. We've been linked since birth.
fortunately.
So, yeah, we blood brothers. So it was very informal at first until I don't know. Eventually we had a meeting one day and it was like, okay, like it's time to up it. So we came together officially as SuperSmashBroz.
being DJs and lovers of music, for real.
Yeah, and we always grew up around music. Like we started in the church, playing drums and just being around a music loving family. So I feel like it was just kind of the natural progression after DJing for us.
It wasn't exactly embraced, but the important thing was the fact that we were introduced to music through them, so they kind of allowed us to have that as an outlet regardless.
And we're blood brothers, so I feel like our family closeness is very big in our household. So like I feel like the fact that we're on this journey together made our parents feel like at least more confident about it.
Luckily, I feel like when we started producing seriously, we were taking trips. We weren't literally living there, but every trip was definitely an inspiration. You grab inspiration from just seeing how people turn nothing into something. It's been always a humbling experience to go back and hear authentic drums and authentic sounds, such as the Talking Drum Live, or let's say, RIP to our lost ones. But if we go to a funeral of a loved one, just hearing the natural music that they produce and the natural songs that they make at the burial ceremonies is just inspiration.
We spent a lot of time growing up in America too, so like just the travel back and forth was very influential because we were exposed to a lot of different sounds growing up early. So I feel like all of that it all plays influence. It all has influence in like our current sound right now.
We use hella stock plugins for sure, but one of them I like a lot recently has been Sky. Sky's a fire plugin.
And I really like Cable Guy's Shaper Box. And then I feel like we use like Arcade a little bit. But we don't overuse plugins too much. But yeah, I would say those three probably right now. I feel like we cook up not only in the studio, we cook up kind of wherever we're inspired. We travel a lot for like DJ gigs and also just vacation. So we always usually have our our stuff, at least something with us for us to cook up in case we feel inspired. But sometimes we cook up together. Sometimes, like my brother's in that mode, he cooks up something. But then we always, of course, are sharing ideas. So sometimes he'll play something for me that he starts and I'm like, oh, and it'll inspire me. And I'm like, oh, like let me add to this. And then we just build like that. Yeah. But then sometimes we also just stay locked in together. It's really just whoever has the creative bug at the moment. And then usually we feed off each other's inspiration.
It's crazy though, because some of our strong points is different. Like I'll be good with starting a crazy melody or a good idea like that, just catching a groove with some vocals or chopping up a sample, and then my bro will come in and just, add some drums and just give it that groove that it needs. So you know, it really depends on how we feeling or what we starting with. You know, it might be something where he comes with the drums, starts off with strictly drums, and then I come in and add a melody. Or we go through, you know, some of our homies' melodies that send some ideas through too. So
yeah, I mean, yeah, I don't think we have a straightforward process with it. You know, it's just kind of whatever feels right sometimes, because like we, just like you said, we have our strong suits, but then there's sometimes like where it's like I'll start an idea with like a really cool melody and some drums, and my brother will hear it and be like, oh wait, I'm like, let me mute these drums, I'm about to try something else. And then, you know, and working together, it's like sometimes you'll be like, wait, what? And then you'll hear it, you'll hear it out, of course, and you're like, oh wait, okay, I wasn't even hearing this. And that's the beauty of having a partner in this, is like sometimes they'll hear something completely different from what you hear, and just being open to like hearing it.
But I always, like, you feel me, I always trust, you know, that other idea that he's about to come with, because you know, we already know we're gonna come with something crazy. If you're not gonna mute my shit just to make your shit is not smacking better than that. It's kind of competitive too in that nature, because you know, we want to like make sure we making the best at the end of the day.
Facts.
Man, a beat is never done to a producer, for real. It's crazy because it's like, yo, there's something else you could have add or taken out. So it's like, you feel me? I feel like the beat is complete when you are content with the artist being on the beat and they're content with how it sounds.
Yeah. And then a lot of beats we do a lot of post-production too. So like sometimes we'll make a lot of really good skeletons, and we know it's like, okay, we want to just leave some space for the artist to like vibe out. And then we already know kind of like what garnishes we gonna add to the beat or what we're hearing. And then once we hear like the idea of what the artist taking it, we can like build upon that and make it like something real.
Less is more, for real. People don't be understanding that. Less is more, for real. Like the more space the artist has to do what they need to do on a track, the better it's gonna sound overall.
Yeah, and you know, like the more you add to a beat, sometimes it like confines the creativity. Yeah. You know, they feel like they only could go with one direction, versus like a lot of artists we work with, you know, sometimes we'll literally be making a beat and they're like, yo, like take this out. And we're like, wait, what? And then they come with the idea and say, oh, okay. Right. And then, you know, we tweak certain things. So it's like, you just, sometimes less is more. Just keep space open, and then, you know, you go from there. Do say hi to people. Like, I think that's just basic etiquette. Like, don't just walk into a studio full of people. Actually, wait, first one.
Oh, yeah.
Don't bring
random people to the session.
Bring random people to the session. At least have respect to at least ask if you could bring certain people, because you know you don't want to mess up the creative process or so, you know, so on and so forth. But even when you do bring people, you know, at least say hi when you walk in, you know, to everybody. You don't, even if you don't know them, I think it's just, you know, basic human etiquette.
For sure. Don't talk while the artist is recording, you know? Just give respect to the artist, let him create, and then add your input, you know?
Do bring snacks or order food, please.
Boss.
You know, bring some chow. We need to feel something. But yeah, I mean, also just don't come in negative, you know? We want to keep high energy and good spirits to try to, you know, create the best output. 100% in the studio. I mean, sometimes, you know, it's like you if you're in one part of the world, it's like, okay, like I'm not gonna get to Europe for another 3 months, and this artist is like, the next 2 weeks I'm finishing my album. You know what I mean? Yeah. Like, you're gonna send some stuff out, but like we definitely prefer to cook up together, because in real time, you know, we're literally catering the beat for the artist or the vocalist on it. So like, yeah, and
depending on, you know, you never know what mood somebody in. Somebody could just come off vacation, you know, they want some island vibes, and you sending them heavy metal.
Yeah, you know, some somber music. Yeah, so like, you know, like,
yeah, you don't know. You don't know.
Yeah, you don't know. You just rolling the dice sometimes.
If it's fire, it's fire though.
Yeah, if it's fire, it's fire. But you know, like cooking up in person, you are able to capture the energy. And I feel like the best music is always created when there's like actual relationship or some type of, you know, some type of mutual link up there, where it's like, all right, like we here, we feeling this energy, and we can build off of that.
Quincy Jones, R.I.P.
For me, Jamie Foxx.
Genuine people who believe in God.
People who can put their ego at the door and just let the talent mesh.
That's actually a pretty good question. I would say something I wouldn't say it's overused, but something I would like to see used less in music is hi-hats. I want to hear more music with other instrumentation besides hi-hats and your standard percussion.
I would say in Afrobeat specifically, just the log drum. I feel like people have been rinsing it, you know, like shout out my piano warriors. You know, I love piano to the world, but I bet let's let the log drum breathe small. You get, you know. I love it though. I love it. I love it. I mean, you know, like it's like this. Yeah. It's like the spins. This is like the spins of 808 in African music for sure. But let's let the log drums breathe small.
I beg you. I'll do two artists. I'll do Ashake and Smino.
For me, I would say Masego and
Thames too.
Oh yeah, I'll yes, Thames. You can walk. The two artists I want to work with is definitely Masego, and I want to work with Cleo Soul.
My mom, my dad, my bro. Honestly, we inspire each other a lot. Like, there be days where I'm lagging around and my bro just, you know, he texts me like, get your ass up, you know, get to it. Excuse my language. I don't know if I can swear. Yeah, but
outside of what he just said, I feel like just the feeling of knowing that we've done a lot, you know. That's what, you know, what keeps us inspiring. We put a lot of time, effort into this, and it's like we didn't only come this far, you know. We know a lot of great things lie ahead, so it's like those slow days are the ones that feel the best when you actually get up and accomplish something, because like I didn't even want to do it.
Facts.
Shoot your shot, honestly.
Yeah.
You know, guys be so pressed to, you know, shoot their shot in the DMs for a shorty, and it's like, yo, like, to reach out to the artists. Like, they still creatives at the end of the day. You know, shoot your shot. Don't hesitate. Always move with respect and humility, but like, don't be afraid to reach out to people. Like, you got to get your name out there. Face value goes a long way too. So
sure, stay consistent. You know, cooking up consistently.
And wait, one last thing. Big form of advice. Don't go outside, you know, like touch grass. Like you gotta get inspired. You're not gonna be inspired just cooking 20 beats a day in your house the whole time. Like, go outside, be around people, see new things.
Oh, and quality over quantity. Yes. Some people can cook 20 beats and they all ass. You like, you know,
chips
break
no
it
dip.
down, make 5 that week and make sure they all slap.
Yeah,
to your liking.
It's not a race.
Yeah, this beat was crazy to make, man. It was fun to make this on a plane ride. Headed to LA. We started with a melody from our homies Kofo and Tim Subi.
Shout out to y'all, man.
Yeah, man. The original melody was here before we brought it down, so it was like this. And immediately I was like, yeah, we gotta pitch this up 2 semitones, just give it a different vibe. And we went up here. And then after that, we decided to keep adding to it. Added a counter melody like this. Yeah, that melody's mad though. It's going.
And then for us, a lot of stuff with groove always comes down to the rim shots. I mean, we started to just add some rim shots just to give it that pocket.
That shit was that. Hold on.
And at this point, you know, we're already, once the shoulders start moving a little bit, then you know you're getting somewhere. So, you know,
it's grooving.
That's what we had at this point.
And it was pretty straightforward, you know. We already knew it was going. And we added some kicks just to give it some groove like this. That's the thing, we always layer our kicks. I don't care how much it's distorted. We will put like 2 or 3 layers of different, you know, different sounding kicks that we think mesh well together, you know.
Facts.
So came with that vibe. Just, you know, it's definitely a house bounce a little bit. Afro rim shots, you know. So there's a groove going for sure. And, you know, we like to add percussion, so we added those rim shots there. So that's the thing. We decided to keep building on top of what we already had.
Facts.
You know, added some toms, some rim shots.
Oh, can't forget, we added a couple guitar strums just to, you know, keep filling out the melody. And it sounds like this. Yeah, that's just pretty much the guitar solo.
We be chopping up and sampling a lot.
Yeah, we
really
chop,
like
resample, sample a lot. And then by itself, you gotta hear this with some perks. Kind of sounded, this was kind of the element we was getting. Right now, it doesn't sound like anything, but when you add that to some other stuff, it sounds like something.
Little bass line there too. Essentially, when we just continued to add it to the beat, and we decided to add another layer of drums, a top layer of drums. So, you know, some of our pre-made loops, we like to like reuse them in a lot of our beats so they sound either similar or, you know, some signature sounds where you hear in our percussion, you know that's the SuperSmashBroz sound.
So yeah, at this point we started chopping up a couple of drums because we always inspired by a lot of different vibes. So we listen to a lot of South African music. So we wanted to give this like a feel of like a Afro pop record with a bit of South African elements. So we added some more drums that give it this vibe.
Turn it up for them.
Wanted something really dry that just felt fun though.
Just takes you somewhere, you know? The beat is progression, it's going.
Exactly. Yeah, I mean, I feel like that was pretty much how this beat really came together. I know this is kind of a brief version, but it's, you know, a lot of different elements that came together to make this beat really a fun one. And then, you know, we couldn't have done it without Fave because she smoked this thing.
More tune for your fucking head top.
Nah. Yeah, a lot more music on the way. A lot more DJ sets.
Yeah.
Yeah, we about to just. I feel like, yeah, we only scratched the surface of really what we got cooking up, and you know, it's not. These things got to live outside of our notes apps in the Dropbox, you know. So just a lot of stuff coming on the way. A lot more placements. A lot more festival sets. A lot more vibes. Get your vibes right. Yo. SuperSmashBroz, we signing out.
Yes, sir. Appreciate y'all for watching and tuning into our beat breakdown of Shut It Down on the Radar featuring Fave.
Let's go.